Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at Apple and Facebook on the daily, weekly, monthly time frames using technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. If you like these videos, go to my website, sign up, it's free, or click down here in the bottom right hand corner and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Traders, if you're looking for a new broker, check out CobraTrading.com/promo/StockBookie. Best in the business, been using guys for years. If you're looking for a new broker, check these guys out, CobraTrading.com. You won't be disappointed. All right, Apple, we were 16 cents down, 36 cents up after hours, 27 million on the day. So a pretty good showing. We have to go to the daily, but I want to start with the monthly today because we've been in this channel and we hit it here back in 2012. This was all in 2015 around April. Then it pulls back, touches the 50 MA, and straight up into this area again, into this trend line, still running through this channel. So we have to watch for that. We know the 175 was a big number. We know 180 is, 185, 190, 195, 200 would be the huge number for Apple. But right now it's struggling here right around the 175. So we'll see what happens. As long as it stays above this trend line, it's doing okay. This is a monthly chart. So it's resting right on there, right around the 169.53 area. So we're going to keep an eye on that. But I wanted to start just, this video just showing you the nice resistance. And look at the symmetry in this chart, guys. So markets love symmetry, or even stock charts love symmetry. So we'll see what happens here. Let's go into the daily time frame, a little bit more short term. And, nice move here with the markets. Comes back in. Retest that trend line. That's that one that goes way back to 2012. Bounces up, gets a nice bid again, tries to go for double top, couldn't make it. A little bit short, comes right back in. This is setting up. This is a slight that overall it's bullish, all right? Now you're in this channel going this way. So we're going to stick another trend line up here. And that's going to be that area. So when the markets go up, or if this goes up with the markets or what have you, start getting bullish moves, these are a little more areas of resistance coming up in here. So, but right now, this is a short-term bear pattern, a little bit of a micro pattern here where it's down and sideways. And let's see, it was down and sideways here, but then it popped up on some news, or I think the markets rallied those days and right back down, right back up over that trend line. So watch for that. We are back below the 20 MA. But holding the 50 and the 200. So it's slightly of a bullish stance up here with a slight bullish pattern, a little bit of a pennant, getting tighter. So we'll see. This holding down here, if it keeps going, let's see if we get one more retrace back up and then maybe the next leg down. This will trade with the markets. If the markets are weak, Apple will just kind of hold as well as everything else. So unless of course, news, guys, you got to watch for that, or Apple events that might be coming up in the near future. So watch for that. I still think the 200 MA is the target for this one on a daily. And then ultimately, if the markets do pull back, I want to go to the weekly. Let's see where the 200 is on there. I mean, honestly, this could pull back into the 117, 120 area. Not that it's going there anytime soon, but you never know. But here, look at this pattern too. Chopping around, chopping around. Nice. You know what? I like that. Look at that one too. This is more short-term stuff. So there's your little trend line. I don't like upsloping trend lines, but look at that. So it tried getting above, almost confirmed, kind of fighting, came back in. So let's see where this thing holds. Let's give it to the weekly close, and then we'll look at the next couple days on the daily chart. And the monthly, of course, will be the end of December. So we're not looking at that for a couple weeks. Let's get into, let's go back to the daily. Volume's been okay. It's been up a little higher. Market volume's been a little bit higher as well. So, all right, let's keep an eye on this one. Let's see if we hold this and keep continuing to go sideways. Markets fall, the SPY, the IWM, this will pretty much follow, okay? Markets grind higher, this will grind higher. Bulls, you need to get above this 20 MA and above these trend lines, period. Bears, just keep going sideways like this, chopping in this channel. Then you're looking at them downward pressure if it comes down. So right now, we're still not complete with the pattern. Let's see what it does by the end of the week on Apple. Let's go into Facebook. So Facebook, $1.36 up. Volume was 20 million. So the volume's been pretty good in the last 5 days, but it's been on selling. Today, they're trying to hold this one up. So a little more volume came in. Markets had 77 million on the SPY, so the volume wasn't bad. But, a couple days ago, the SPY had 150 million, 160 million when they were selling. So, You know when they're selling or there's volume, the markets are selling. So beware of that. Everything will be a market trade. So we did fill the gap right here as well. And we did get to this low pivot. So you have great support down in here for now. This is all short term. Here's your gap fill. So that's what it held. Came right back up and started moving up. But let's go to the weekly. Let's see what's going on with that. Yeah, the weekly. Okay, we're trying to hold on to the 20 MA. That's what I was looking at. But look at all this support down in here too with these double bottoms. So a lot of support. If this starts to crack, again, a lot of support, then the markets are weak, and this is getting weak too. Again, you got great support here. You got more support here through this consolidation. Then at the 144.59 area where it popped and then stalled out and then popped the next day and kept going with the off this pattern. Trend is your friend until the end. Remember, you had a bearish pattern here, and it popped up and it ended up running. So let's see. Let's just give it some time. Let's keep an eye on the volume. It was a pretty good day on Facebook today. I mean, it grinded, but we had this here. So we made the all-time high. So watch this. If you're bullish, you need to get back above the MAs, back above these breakdown bars, fill this gap, and try to continue up. You're looking at 185, 190, 195 at the 200. I'm looking at the fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, and all that good stuff. And you can even use the, you're going to get resistance at 187.50 just because it's a quarter number. So just watch for that stuff. Right now it's a little weak. I would expect this thing to start chopping around sideways. If it just goes and starts coming towards here, you're most likely going to hit this double bottom and possibly go into the 200 MA. If the markets are selling, we will definitely get there. I'm going to go to the weekly chart again on Facebook. So we're at the 200 or at the 20 MA up here. I would still say this is a target. If these markets fall apart, you're looking at this has consolidation, this lower pivot here at 113, but ultimately it's going to be the 200 MA on these weekly charts. Hate to be the burden of bad news, but these stocks been going up way too fast, way too far, way too fast. Eventually they come back to the weekly 200 MA, which is at 108. It's not terrible. If this takes a couple months to get back down in here, this might be at 120, 130 as it's curling up. But if it ends up in this area here, guys, and this does pull back, I will be a buyer at the 117 to 110 area, depending where the 200 MA is, just to let you guys know. And then the monthly, oop, that's the 10-minute. Yeah, look at that. It just comes in, a little bit up and down action, shake and bake. This one comes in, catches this, right back up. Let's go to the monthly. Monthly will be stretched on this one too. Yeah, jeez. All right, I'm going to say at least a 150 price target on this, maybe 140. In the near future, this could take either a couple months or it might take a month, and or it could take 3 days and we're down in here. So just be careful with this one. Look at this. It's the Eiffel Tower, guys. It's going to pull back eventually. Just got to beware. And you'll get better prices. So if you're in this one from 115, just tighten those stops. Yeah, it could go to 200, but so what? If it comes back down, you can always buy again and then march it to 200. Just keep yourself safe. Don't overload these positions. Don't use margin if you don't have to. And if you use margin, go small then. For me, it's no more than 10% of your total portfolio in any position. Options, maybe 3%. If I'm writing calls or writing puts, which means shorting puts, shorting calls, playing the decay, then I'm it depends on the stock and it depends on the setup. But I'm just trying to I'll put, gosh, you could do 3% to 5% if you're writing calls or writing puts. Or you do the 1 to 3% if you're just buying puts and buying calls. So it's money management for everything. I'm looking to get, as what I try to do, guys, as a trader, I try to make the same amount of money and I try to lose the same amount of money, and I just keep trading over and over and over. I don't care if I'm in a trade for a day. I don't care if I'm in the trade for a year. If I make money and cut that position, that's fine with me. Yes, I'm holding on to a trade for a year. It's not making money. I could probably use my capital somewhere else, but you know what? I set them, I forget them, I make sure I have enough to add to these positions, and I keep rolling. But the shorting the calls and shorting the puts, been killing it lately with those. So, all right, guys, that's Facebook. It's a little stretched. The whole market's a little stretched, so just be careful in these light volume environments. And they'll be talking about the Santa Claus rally now and the jobs numbers, coming up on Friday. No, is it on Friday? I think it is. Um, and if not, then Janet Yellen's speech if she raises the rate. So just be aware of all this stuff, especially the news, and just be on your toes in these markets, especially after rallies like this, guys. And there's so many charts out there, monthlies that just keep going. This has a good trend. Don't get me wrong. But now that we popped up right here and we're coming back, we still have good support. But the 20 MA is down here, and that would be my target. And if the markets fall apart, then the 50 MA on the monthlies would be my target. So, all right, guys. Hopefully, I'm helping some of you guys with these couple with Apple and Facebook. And just if you're long, tighten those stops. If you want to short, this is the area where you can start adding and then take it from there, guys. All right. Well, thanks again for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Hope you're having a great night, and God bless. See you on the charts.